What's going on, everybody? It's me, Shane, and I'm back with another Trigun Stargaze episode review. This is episode 8, entitled Goodbye, My Friend. Before I go any further, my friends, please hit that like button, share this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you be notified of more videos like this, and donate to my Patreon that is down there in that description. This was a fantastic episode. I remember I liked last episode too, but this is a fantastic episode. Now, I don't know why Hulu still keeps calling it Stampede and considering this as a season 2, and why it's not showing the thumbnail for that last episode. But this episode's so good. The title has like 2, maybe 3 meanings. We're saying like goodbye, my friend. And the weird part is we get probably like the best fake out ever. So let's talk about who Razlo, the Tri-Punisher, is. Now, I feel like I believe I spoke about this a little bit in my last video towards the end with Razlo. I meant to have this pulled up already. I apologize. Let's talk about Razlo, the Tri-Punisher. Right? So in the manga, where he comes from, still a alternate personality of Livio. He still has that third, bionic arm back there. Holds 3 crosses. One thing I forgot to show this in one of my reviews, and I took a picture of it. I think it was for episode 7, episode 6. I think it was for episode 5. Like, Nicholas is called the Punisher. On that cross, it might have been for episode 4 when you fought Mid-Valley. There's a little skull on there, and it's like, oh, the Punisher, I got you. So, Razlo, Trip of Death. I like that. They call him Trip of Death in there, but they call him Triple Punisher in here. And while Livio is a double fang, he's the triple, right? I already said he was an alter ego, but they obviously share physical traits, except here, Livio is supposed to have like left side of his head is supposed to be shaved, supposed to have lighter hair, which he kind of does. Like, that's kind of basically what he looks. Kind of looks like the Rocker look. And he wears darker clothing, but in the manga, his skin is tan. Now, I can understand why you didn't do that, because then you're going, oh, he turns black, and then he becomes a super bad guy. Good choice in not doing that. Excuse me. Now, how did he get here? In the manga, he was unwittingly created by Livio to absorb all the abuse that Livio's parents did to him, allowing Livio to not think about it, while Razlo appeared, took all the pain and all the trauma, and Razlo is usually the one that commits most of the violent acts. Now, one of the things that happens in here, he does end up fighting Wolfwood in the manga. Part of the Gung Ho Guns by Chapel, which Chapel is shouted out in here. We do see Chapel as well. They're doing more and more of these flashbacks and traditional looking anime, not the cell shading that's done in here. And he does end up fighting Wolfwood. And the crazy thing is, Wolfwood, overdosing on the vials happens in here, and pushing to the demise of Wolfwood, while Livio / Razlo joins Vash for the rest of the series. We get some different stuff going on here. I did mention that Razlo did fight Elendria, the Crimson Nail, so it still might actually happen. Who knows? Well, it'll be Livio that does it, but more on that in a second. Dude has super healing, even when when Wolfwood burned him down to his like skeleton and muscles and everything, doing a move that seemed impossibly fast to do, like wrapping him up in bullets and shooting the beam on the bullets to all go off and blow up, which was very damn cool. The visuals in this episode are fantastic. In here though, Razlo is that alternate personality for Livio. Livio. Is it Livio? I keep saying Livio. Livio. For Livio, where he's getting experimented on by the doctor and Chapel, and when he comes out, he has a different speech pattern. Livio is calling for Nico, but Razlo saying, for the eye of Mikhail, they don't say Michael, Mikhail, he's supposed to be a little friendlier, and this is when we get the present day one. Same position we saw him in one episode ended, which I graciously appreciate that. I like, how it just comes on in. It's like, I am Razlo. If you have a mirror, you can flip that. With those three Tri-Punishers. Pardon me. And you got Wolfwood trying to talk him down. He mentioned, like, who did this to you? Was it Dr. Chapel that I mentioned earlier? It's falling on deaf ears. Now, Vash is still pretty weakened here, even though he was able to burst out of that containment unit that was being held in by Legato. Because when Wolfwood places him against like some containers, he just slumps on down. But opens up the hangar, and this is one of the coolest damn sequences. Obviously, the motorcycle falls out, Vash falls out, Nicholas falls out, and Nicholas grabs Vash, puts his cross on the back of the motorcycle. Love that visual. Reminds me of the 98 anime. Grabs Vash, gets him on his back, gets on the motorcycle, and it's just physically this is impossible and we should both be dead, but well, probably you, since Vash is some weird plant angel thing, and just hits the ground running. When Razlo follows, he eats shit, and it was funny. It made me laugh. Obviously, he's going to get up. I had to get a picture of that. I probably won't show you everything. You see how he eats shit? Now, it's the little things, further show hyper healing. It shows us that before we got to that scene where, like, obviously his shoulder was dislocated and just pops it back into place and all that. What a big part of this episode is about, I wrote here, is about, brotherhood, which it kind of is. It's interesting, and Wolfwood makes this connection, how Vash and himself, well, he doesn't say it outright, but how Vash and himself have this issue with fighting their brothers. Now, while Knives in the original anime did use a gun, let's just, all intents and purposes, let's just go with this. Vash was saying, was half passed out, I'm glad your little brother's alive. Well, he's not my little brother, but he's like my little brother. And, having Needle Noggin, having your family point a gun at you is bone chilling, isn't it? That's the connection. Like, they have had their siblings, like, point weapons ready to kill them at them. And it is a shared existence. It's the fact that both of them are friends, right? Moments in this episode are cool because I'm not doing a play-by-play. Can't do it for this. And if you count on that, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Please go and watch this. I know when I'm enjoying an episode, I pause to do notes a lot. When I let something just play through and then I hit the ads, because I'm not paying for ad free. That's how they get you. And I get to the ad, I'm like, damn, that it kept me in the whole entire way through. And this did. So let's talk about this moment. So the motorcycle flip over at Razlo when I think it's round 2. Wolfwood comes off the edge, flips over, shoots him, and then lands again. That was damn cool. When they're having it's a trope, at least in anime. I haven't seen this. You kind of see this in Western gunslingers movies when, like, it's the shoot off and everything like that. But in anime, they love the running side by side, shooting each other. We're not hating each other. It's kind of like a John Woo kind of thing. You see that a lot in Cowboy Bebop. You saw it in the original Trigun. You see it here. Pretty sure you can see it in, is it Gunsword? With, what's Dan's name? I know his name's Dan. Is it Dan the Tuesday? I forget. But we get that between the rocks and everything. And the Tri-Punisher, his Tricrosses or Tri-Punishers have different functionalities outside of the bullets, right? One of them fires missiles, and when I mean missiles, they almost like, I don't want to say a mini nuke, but let's just say mini nuke because it's not nuclear, but mini missiles that cause these large explosions. Even did one at point blank on Wolfwood, which I think he either dodged or used a laser to deflect it. I don't remember. I got to rewatch this one. Number 2 has a flamethrower, just straight that we see the flamethrower when he's doing the side-by-side run through the rocks. And then the third one has the beams that his has, and his beams are much like the character Razlo, very chaotic. Like, it's a straight one, but then they all scatter everywhere. It's visually stunning. It's hard as all hell to capture that on a phone, which is why if you donate to my Patreon, I'll be able to get a PC and then be able to put these pictures up there for you guys. Hey, anywho, you see this? So one of the weirdest things is when they have the full-on conversation after Wolfwood takes that medicine vial, which I will get to. I got notes on that. I will get to what that is. The beams are just everywhere, bro. Like, they start to converge into one point. That is way too bright for you to see, but if you can make out a beam battle, that was so good. What? And so wait. Before I talk about this medicine, there's a Beam Saber fight. Didn't think that Nicholas could take the beam from the cross and just put it, like, make it just stay like a consistent, because they're slinging and hitting each other with with literally beam sabers. And this is when Nicholas makes his way in, because he's getting hit and clipped by all the multi beams and just holding the thing in front of him. But the beam saber fight, this doesn't do it justice. Oh, I hope I can get that as a thumbnail. But this here is in just, you see the beat, it looks, trust me, please watch this episode. It looks incredible. It is so damn cool. Let's talk about what this medicine does, because Livio, blah blah blah, heavily bleeding. So the medicine can heal you from basically anything, right? It can cure anyone, but it rapidly ages the person. Within a few short years, the cells will deteriorate and you'll die of old age. So that's what those vials do. And we do see it take a toll on Wolfwood at the end of this episode. I'll get to that in 1 second. What about my friends? And when we're talking about, Nicholas gives an interesting speech about Vash, which for us, not for us, but for him, he finally comes to terms that Vash is his friend. We have the town of, what's it called? I think Hopefall, which is ironic now I think about it. So Hopefall is leaving. They're going to that last standing town that I told you about, and they're taking the plant there as payment to let everybody in. So they're abandoning the orphanage and all that, and she's got to take care of these kids. And Wolfwood, before the second confrontation with Razlo, tells him, hey, take care of them, gives the kids lollipops, which is adorable. He was the oldest there, so he gives the kids lollipops to take care of this. I love the fact that this woman that had taken them in and taken care of them instantly knows it's Nicholas. She goes, hey, are you? And he flies off. I love, one of the things I appreciate is that it wasn't tropey, and she eventually does get to talk to him in Livio. He goes, yeah, you're Livio, little Livio that's always falling behind him. And I love one of the things he says, gotta catch up. That was played at the end of last episode to hint at this. That's the thing that Livio would always say, that he's got to catch up to Wolfwood. And when it comes to this confrontation before the big coalesced beam battle, where Razlo is questioning, why are you even trying to do all this? You know, you're gonna die this time around, right? By my calculations. And he's like, well, what's the point? The world is ending anyway, right? And they have a conversation about whether he thinks Vash can beat knives. And he's like, who knows? If anyone can, it'll be him. You know, that endless sincerity in him that I put my faith in. You should be afraid of someone who never gives up on anything. I love that line. I love that line. That's actually very true. You should be very afraid of a person that says, I'm not quitting. And I think that's when he makes a point of going in. When he's, quote unquote, dying that first time, he's thinking about Vash. He's like, no, why am I thinking about him smiling and all that stuff? And he does that cool ass move once he gets up and shoots a beam into his gut with the chain of bullets. There's a part Vash does come in before that. I'll show the before effect, and he's just watching a friend of mine, Black Kaizoku Herm, on Twitch stream Resident Evil. That's such Resident Evil vibes. Before he can kind of shoot him on the ground, Vash comes in, stops him from killing the kids and the lady, 2 kids and the lady, because he wants to take everything from Wolfwood. You would think Wolf would like beat this guy's, I don't know, beat up his cat or his dog or something with how much of a hard on, because when Vash shows up, literally says, oh wow, you're pretty strong, you're pretty cool. He says I'm getting hard. He literally says that. Oh, it's just the weird look of ecstasy on his face. Insane. But yeah, he says Nicholas. I like that they can mix in a little bit of that comedy with them, where like Wolfwood saying, what took you so long? If you could have gotten up, how come you didn't get up sooner? Appreciate that Vash stops him from getting the I don't call it cheap kill, but getting the on the ground kill. Just shoots the gun away like, nah. And I'm not fighting you either. He says Razlo says to Vash, oh, you'll be more interested in fighting than this guy on the ground. And Vash goes, I don't know about that. Or he says, you're more interesting. He's like, I don't know about that. And one of the cool parts of this fight is how smart Wolfwood is, because he doesn't get any more vials. So when Razlo goes to kick him, he grabs him and bites him. He's like, I don't even feel that. He is drinking his blood that's soaked with that medicine in it, which is why he instantly heals. Like that first motorcycle flip shot shoots off the arm, and it just grows back. Excuse me. And he's trying to beat Livio out of him, and dude is done. He's spent. After that explosion, he spent. And the one who stops Livio, or who stops Razlo, is Livio. We get the side-by-side talk, because obviously Razlo, who's never met Livio. Now in the manga, they know of each other. Razlo is the one that convinced Livio to join the Gung Ho Guns in the manga, right? I don't remember this character showing up in the anime either. But that's Razlo's side, and this is the Livio side. And I love that it reminds me of Moon Knight, the MCU show Moon Knight, where Steven talks to Dr. Grant, right? Is that his name? Moon Knight talks to Mr. Knight. I can't remember the name of Mr. Knight's hidden name at the moment. But when they talk to each other, I think Steven is in the mirror while we see the Mr. Knight character on the other side. But I like that they're having a conversation, and I like that Livio apologizes, saying, I'm sorry that I forced everything on to you, but it's all right. You can let go now. And while this is drawing, I like how they conveyed the emotion, like the eyes widening when he realizes that Livio is technically killing him, and he has like a death reaction, like he's like, goodbye, goodbye, Razlo, my old friend. And just, it's that change where it's just an all white screen and just the face goes to serious. I don't know what I liked about it so much, like seeing an internal struggle on the outside where this character is just killing off this multiple personality, which I think he's going to show up towards one of the if they're probably going to do Razlo or Livio versus Ilandira, the Crimson Nail. So I have a feeling he's going to show back up. Now, and that third arm falls off, dries up, falls off, because it's Livio now. And so we get the greatest fake out, where it looks like Wolfwood is dying, because they do a blood transfusion, Livio to him. His hair has gone white, so it's the opposite, where Vash's blonde hair goes black, his black hair goes white. And all of them, the kids, I can't remember the lady's name that took care of them, Vash, and Livio, all of them, like, come on, Nico, Wolfwood, Nicholas, don't die. And he sees the confetti falling. He's like, I'm home. He talks to one kid, you use the bathroom by yourself now? Okay, cool. And he closes his eyes. I'm like, damn, they actually killed Nicholas Wolfwood off without having him talk to Millie and building more in that relationship. And then they're all crying out, and they're like, Nicholas. And then we get that zoom out. Then we get the zoom in where his eyes opens up. It reminds me of when Zorro was wrapped up and the Straw Hats were acting like he died. And this is the second time, put my finger up for the two. Second time they did this with the eyes, where there's like scratches, like little hash marks that usually denotes knocked out or death. And he had those lines on his eyes when he was on the ground thinking about Vash and everything. Here he wakes up and goes, you're disturbing my rest. And he's live like, whoa, Nicholas, I said you're disturbing my rest. And it's hilarious. 5 out of 5. Good job with the swerve, because in the original he died during that fight with Razlo, while Razlo did not do the finishing blow. In the manga, I like that we play or pay homage. Especially, I haven't read the manga. I probably should. But when I do my research, and it's like, oh, you're taking all these things, and when something's just from the anime or has touches of the anime, you fix it and wrap it around. I'm like, all right, here's what we're hinting at. Here's what's different. And when stuff is from the manga that I gotta look up, it's like, oh, you took a thing that happened and just changed it around. Still paying homage. I wish more things that did remakes and reboots would do that, right? People, I might get some hate from my Digimon viewers, but that's one of the things I liked about Digimon Adventure 2020 is that we get to see all these different Mons from the original all the way up until 2020, and how there are certain moments where they face certain characters and you remix and you changed it. I like what's going on here with Stargaze. This is certainly a 5 out of 5 episode. Next episode is called Reunion, where we have Ludia saying we must go and finish our fight with knives. We get concept art of Vash on the motorcycle, of the angel wing looking like an angel wing and not that pulsating thing. It's so weird. It's on his back. Just see it. I'm like, Jesus, Vash. On a weird crow looking thing. I like cool monsters, so the weird crow thing intrigues me. It's gonna be 12 episodes, so it's this, then 2 more, so right, 9, 10, 11, I'm sorry, 4 more, 9, 10, 11, 12. We almost there. Let me know what you think of this episode. Please go watch it. Me describing this, well, I appreciate you if you think I've done a great job. Thank you. That's my job. You gotta see this. And I'm probably gonna rewatch this episode just for the fight. Like the speeches by themselves are great. When their mom, I'm just gonna call it their mom, when their mom says, you Nicholas, you always try to take on things by yourself, For better or for worse, you just always do that. And Livio, you were the crybaby that was going behind him. Stop it. Right? I like that. I like Wolfwood finally going, damn, Vash is my friend. And Vash not really having to do much. Just, I want to protect them. Handle your business. Oh, you're trying to cheap shot my boy? No. Handle this business. I like that. Please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do not forget to like the video, share the video. Make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell so you'll be notified of more videos like this one. And visit that Patreon that is in the description below. Thank you. I appreciate every last one of you. So please be good, be blessed, wash your hands, drink some water, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. We have way too many jerks in this world, all right? I want you to know that you matter, that there's people out there that care about you, that want you to talk to them if you're feeling down and depressed. There are people that rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. So please reach out to someone if you're having thoughts. Allow people to share in your burden. Allow people to help you, please. All right. You want to talk to me? My social medias are also in the description below. Go ahead, give me a follow, say hello, just be mellow, and we'll be good to go. All right. As my seat gets lower and lower. All right. I'm going to see you guys next time. No one died this episode, so hopefully Ludia doesn't die next episode. Oh, no. We'll find out next time, y'all. I'll see you later.